Hello, I'm Rashi Gupta and I'm a part of the LEDX team and will be teaching law. I did my LLB from IP University Delhi and Masters in Law from Law University and Judicial Academy, Assam. And I hope each of you is doing great. Everyone is safe from the ongoing coronavirus. Possible, don't go out, stay home, and keep studying. I know law can be tiresome sometimes and lengthy also, but it's very interesting. And in case you face any problem, of course we are here for you. Yeah. So I'll be taking up the subject of offences against children. So before we start with the subject, I would like to discuss some things about it, like what are offences against children, why is it a separate branch that deals with it, why is there a separate subject that we study, offences against children. So there are various kinds of offences that are being committed against children, like offences of sexual nature, offences of physical nature, exploitation. Many kind of things are happening to children, and it's not good because children are very vulnerable. They need to be treated with kindness so that they prosper and develop properly. As I would like to add here that Nelson Mandela once said that there is no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way it treats its children. And this saying turns out to be very true. A society's children are its reflection. The way they grow up, the way children are future. So a society, if treating the children properly, will have a good future, a better future, because they were treated right, they were educated right, and they will be the future of the country. So children are important asset to a society, to a country. They should be treated with kindness, respect, and in such a way that their development is not hampered, because hampering their development will lead to hampering or triggering something that's not good, that will result in a very bad situation. Children are future, so future needs to be protected, and to protect the future we need to make our present better. So presently we need to protect our children from all these kinds of atrocities that are being committed against them. So first of all, this concept is not new. Offences against children is not new. It is very old. It's been coming from it's old, and this is not only familiar to India. This concept, a crime against children, is a worldwide concept. Every country in the world is facing this problem, whether it's developed, developing, underdeveloped, whatever. Each country is facing this problem. So all of us know that children are very vulnerable. Why are they vulnerable? Because they don't have the same physical power as adults, and they don't have the same knowledge. Knowledge is power, and they don't have that. They don't know what's good for them, what's bad for them, what happening to them is right, should be happening or should not be happening. They are not that mature to understand what's going on, what's happening with them. So let's begin with the concept of child. Like, who is a child? Who is a child? There is no single definition in India for a child, like who is a child. Various legislations define children differently according to what fits their parameters. This legislation's parameter, the age of the children is defined. But there is an international definition for children. The international law defines children. The Convention on Rights of Child 1989, Article 1 of this convention defines any person who is below the age of 18 years. Any human being who is below the age of 18 years is considered to be a child. So under the international law, any human being who is below the age of 18 years is a child. But in India, this definition varies and depends on legislation to legislation. A person to come under the to be or come under the ambit of the definition of child depends on how that particular legislation defines child. Like, say for example, we can take the Child Labor Protection and Regulation Act 1966. The section 2, subclause 2 of this act defines child as a person who has not completed the age of 14 years. So this legislation defines a child who is a person who is below the age of 14 years, and the aim of this act is that it wants to prohibit employment of children at work, like before the age of 18 years. This is very well in the line with Constitution of India, because Constitution of India also prohibits child labor, bonded labor, and it also there are directive principles and fundamental duties laid upon the state, and also fundamental rights of children to have a right to education. So this aligns with that, because if people employ children who are below the age of 14 years, that's directly in contravention with the Constitution also. So this act is in very much line and very directly related to the Constitution of India. Then Section 2C of the Plantations Labor Act 1951 defines a child who is a person who has not completed 15 years of age. Now this act, what does this do? This act makes provisions for the welfare of people who work in plantations. So this particular act says that a child is a person who has not completed age of 15 years. Then Section 24 of this Plantation Act also categorizes young children and states that no child, it categorizes child and young child, and also says that no child who has completed age of 12 years will be required or allowed to work in a plantation. Then Section 25 of the same act prohibits the engagement of child in plantation work except between the hours of 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Then the Motor Transport Workers Act 1961 also defines childs, and this act aims at regulating the conditions of work of motor transport workers. So this act defines child as any person who has not completed age of 15 years. Any person who is below age of 15 years is a child according to the Motor Work Transport Act and Motor Transport Workers Act, and also aims to regulate the conditions. So this particular act says that the child is a person who is below the age of 15 years. And also Section 21 of the same act prohibits the working of children in transport undertaking, motor transport undertaking. So it is regulating, it's fulfilling its aim, it is defining child and prohibiting anybody who is below the age of 15 years to be employed in undertaking, motor transport undertaking. Now Section 2B of the Bidi and Cigar Workers Condition and Employment Act 1966 defines that a child means a person who has not completed the age of 14 years. Now this act makes provisions for the welfare of people who work in the Bidi and cigar plantations or Bidi and cigar industry. So it makes provisions accordingly, and this Section 24 of the Bidi and Cigar Act also states that no child is required or allowed to work in any industry premises. This also prohibits a child to work. Then the definition that is given under the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2008. Now this is a very interesting act because it defines male and female. It gives the age cap for male and female differently. This particular act says that any female who is below the age of 18 years is a child, and any male who is below the age of 21 years is a child. Now the aim of this act was to prohibit or prevent child marriages. So Section 3 of the same act makes the marriage that was done at the time when a person getting married was a child voidable at his or her option, so that once they attain maturity and they know that they don't want to be in this marriage, they can very well avoid that marriage after attaining majority if they were married as child. Then child, according to the Juvenile Justice Act, this act defines child to be any person who is below the age of 18 years. And so the definition of child under this act is 18 years, and any person who is below the age of 18 years will get the protection of this act or will be covered under the provisions of this particular Juvenile Justice Act, Care and Protection Act 2015. A person who has not completed age of 18 years will be given a status of juvenile under this JJ Act, and this was recently amended in 2015. Then POSCO Act, the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, also defines children as someone who has not completed age of 18 years. So any person who is below the age of 18 years, being male or female, will be protected by this act. By this act, if they are a victim of child abuse, of sexual abuse, they will sexual child abuse, they will be protected under this act. The provisions of this act will apply if these people who are exploited sexually are under age of 18 years, being irrespective of gender, either male or female, they all will be covered under this particular act. Now, every law is formed, these different legislations define child differently. These legislations have been formed for fulfilling their purpose. There is certain purpose that each of the legislation fulfills, and so that particular legislation defines child accordingly. Like the Child Marriage Prohibition Act defines a male to be a child who is below age of 21 years. But on the other hand, that male can vote after attaining the age of 18 years, according to the Universal Adult Franchise. So there is a difference. Some act, this Child Marriage Prohibition Act wants to fulfill different objectives, and this 18 years of age for voting wants to fulfill different objectives. So both these acts or both these laws have different objectives and define a child differently. And it defines like an adult is any person who is above the age of 18 years and can vote. But on the other hand, a male below age of 21 years is considered to be a child under Child Marriage Prohibition Act. So both of these acts are different and they want to achieve different things. So they define child differently. It is good and also bad because there is no unanimous definition of a child. So for a child to be protected, like who is a child, who is not a child, will depend upon a particular legislation. Like if some person is employed under in a BDO cigar factory, but is not a child according to that act, BD and Cigar Act, so they will not get the protection of that particular act because if they are not child, it is not prohibited. Yes, they can work there. So there needs to be a definition that is single definition of child, but there isn't. In India, there are different definitions of child and they are defined differently. Different age groups, there are different age groups in which these people are kept, like according to some legislation, a child is under 15, under 14, under 18. Different legislations and different ages have been provided for a person to qualify as a child. This sometimes creates confusions, but at some point it is better also because every act has a different definition or ambit in which it covers a child. There needs to be a single definition so that there is no ambiguity or no confusion on who is a child and who is not a child. So that every child can be protected accordingly. Every child can, none of their rights or someone who is actually vulnerable is protected by the legislation, by the laws that are in India.